Lee Greenwood wrote his career-breaking song almost 30 years ago on the back of a tour bus when he penned God Bless the USA. Now he's taking his writing to a new audience as he tries to find out if God still blesses the USA. Kelly Lynn had a chance to talk to Lee about his new book out this week.
I'm here today with Lee Greenwood. It's a pleasure to see you. Recognize his face from God Bless the USA, the song that we all love that is wonderful for our country. And you've recently written a book.
Yeah, and this is not necessarily a follow-up to the song, which I wrote in 1983.
That's been around, but no, it's definitely not a follow-up.
So almost 30 years, but it's taken us a year to bring this book to the market, and it poses the question, does God still bless the USA?
And what inspired you to write that? Was there some instance that happened that made you just say, you know what, I want to write this book? I know Kimberly, your wife, had a lot to do with writing the book with you.
I think we start shifting as a nation, and our focus is basically, I think, are we still faith-based? And I think if you go to other countries in the world, you'll see that they have certain faiths, and we respect and admire that. If you come to this nation, I think you'd expect to see Christians. And so I posed the question, are we still a Christian nation? And I think it's important because there's so many things in the news today. I saw USA Today. I mentioned that early about the comeback to faith. As a headline, you see the things about Tim Tebow in the news and his faith. A new movie, Monumental, by Kirk Cameron, which all say kind of the same thing. You know, where are we heading? What side of the fence are we going to be on? And I think this recent thing in Boston that talked about taking God out of my song actually created such a firestorm there. And I have friends in Boston that said it got the whole state involved. You know, parents were really irate the fact that a school system, a public school system, tried to tell their kids that you should not have faith.
Yes, and I want to bring everybody up to speed on that. Basically, they wanted to perform your song in a school play, but they, instead of saying God bless the USA, wanted to say we
love the USA. And I have no trouble with that. If you're going to say, a patriot can be anything. If you love the country and support it from any point of view, that's fine. But when you're talking about a work of art, like a picture, you can't change a picture once it's been painted. And copyright laws dictate you can't change a song nor its title once it's been formed. And so I was a little bit irate with that, and I gave my press release, but I also have a Facebook release. If you go to my Facebook, LeeGreenwood.com, you see my retort.
'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
This book actually has a 30-day devotional in the back for a month, a devotion that you can read with your partner or anybody. Tell me a little bit about those.
Well, we felt that if people needed support in their personal lives in order to support their faith, that a calendar, a 30-day devotional guide might be helpful. My wife wrote this. I'm going to give her full credit, Kim, and it's backed up with biblical verses from my co-writer, Rita Tate, and I'm proud of her for doing that as well. But each time you get up in the morning, you can read one of these, and it kind of gives you support for the day.
I do that. It is. It's a great, refreshing way to start off the day and go face the world head on. Now, talk a little bit, because there's two songs that people get when they purchase the book as well. What are those?
I did a new version of God Bless the USA because I thought it's important to put it in the book. People would like to hear it. I know that they've loved it, and so I wanted to help that. Also, I wrote a new Christian song, a praise and worship song called Show Me the Way. Those are free downloads once you buy the book.
Okay, and they just go straight to, there's information in the book that takes them there to download those.
Yeah, there's a code in the back of the book, and you upload the code.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you've also been busy with music. You've got a new EP. Tell me a little bit about this. You wrote 4 of the songs.
Yeah, and what's unique about this is that I think many artists like to go back to their roots after they've had popular success and like to tell the audience exactly who they are, or be more important about who they are. So I have these 4 songs written in 4 different decades. And the most recent,
you took us through a personal part of your life.
The most recent is I Want to Be in Your World, the title song, which I hope radio will pick that up. And there's one unique song called You Can Let Go Now. And I think I titled it wrong. I put I Can Let Go Now. It was co-written by Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald, so sorry guys. But Michael McDonald actually played piano for me. He lives here in Nashville area, and he came in the studio and played for me, and I sang it. And it was hard for me not to go, you can let go now, you know, because I was such a fan of Michael McDonald's. But he was gracious to play the piano for me. You can hear his style on the cut.
Great. And where is the best place for people to get both of these, the CD and the book?
Well, we'll chase you from our website to Tate Publishing or to Amazon, or where you can buy either one, or you can get it directly from my website, LeeGreenwood.com.
Okay. Wonderful. You have been so busy. Make sure you get a copy of Does God Still Bless the USA? It's very, very good and totally the right time in America for this to come out. Thank you, Mr. Lee Greenwood on Inside Music Row.
Lee's book, Does God Still Bless the USA, is on sale this week just in time for Memorial Day. We still have lots more ahead, so make sure to keep it right here. We'll hook up with Jeffrey Steele and friends right after this quick little break.